The facts matter.
Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It's October 23rd, 2020, and happy Friday to everyone. I have some breaking and serious news coming to you from South Carolina. A deputy has been killed, and this was at the hands of a Moor. The traffic stop ended in a 3-vehicle crash in which Sergeant Connolly Jumper was killed and 2 other deputies were injured. There are currently 2 people being held at the county jail. And I have footage for you of the news broadcast, and then in addition to that, I have the actual footage of him showing up to court to face the judge for the first time yesterday. For those of you that have heard of this, you might want to go ahead and stay tuned and watch this anyway. This has additional information, excuse me, that was not available yesterday. For those of you that have not, I have linked the news story that you can also read with greater detail on this to the description of this video. Please stay tuned for the news broadcast, and then following that, the actual video of Mr. Kelly showing up to court.
Sheriff Lewis there because I've been through it. It's hard. It's hard to, it's incredibly hard to tell the family the news.
Anderson County Sheriff Chad McBride has thoughts with the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. Sergeant Conley Jumper died in the line of duty today. In 2018, Sergeant Jumper won the Russ Sorrow Award, named after a fallen Greenville police officer. That award is given to recognize officers who show a high level of professionalism and commitment. 2 other Greenville County deputies are in the hospital tonight. This all stems from a traffic stop on I-85. Renee Wunderlich is live at the Greenville County Law Enforcement Center with what we know now. Good evening, Renee.
Well, good evening. There are still a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to the actual incident, but we are learning tonight a little bit more about the law enforcement officer who lost his life. 3 deputies and 2 suspects were rushed to the hospital after a crash. One of those deputies didn't make it home.
It is with a broken heart that we confirm tonight that a deputy with our agency identified as Master Deputy Conley Jumper has passed away as a result of an incident that occurred on I-85 earlier this afternoon.
It happened at 3 p.m. along Interstate 85 northbound near exit 44 at Whitehorse Road. Exclusive Sky 4 footage shows the aftermath. 2 deputies were involved in what the sheriff's office calls a physical altercation after a traffic stop. Sheriff Hobart Lewis says during the struggle, the suspect's vehicle accelerated, colliding with a tractor trailer. 2 deputies and at least 2 people in the suspect's car were injured. At the same time, the sheriff's office says another deputy, responding to the scene, struck the suspect's car. I spoke on the phone with a woman who says she saw the whole thing.
The suspect's car took off real fast into the traffic, and an 18-wheeler hit the suspect's car. The suspect's car then tried to take off again, and it crashed into the wall. And when it crashed into the wall, a cop car was speeding up, and it hit it on its side.
Sheriff Lewis says Conley Jumper leaves behind a wife and daughter. WYFF4 covered him during the loss of his canine, Vito, in 2007.
Everybody loved Jumper. He was a man of integrity and passion. When I say passion, I mean the man was dedicated lawman. He was truly larger than life.
The 6'4" master deputy was named sergeant by the sheriff after his death in honor of his nearly 28 years of service. The 2 other deputies involved and the 2 suspects are expected to recover. And as for the investigation, well, that is being led by SLED and Highway Patrol. Live in Greenville County tonight, Renee Wunderlich, WYFF News 4.
New details released in the death of Greenville County Sheriff Deputy Conley Jumper. SLED just released the arrest warrants and affidavits for Ray Kelly and Tornell Loriano. The pair charged in the incident led to the death of Sergeant Jumper, Ray Kelly is charged with murder, resisting arrest with a deadly weapon, and assault and battery on a high and aggravated nature, among other things. Affidavit saying that Tuesday afternoon, deputies conducted a traffic stop on I-85 when Ray Kelly began actively fighting and resisting deputies as they tried to arrest him. Documents say Sergeant Jumper responded to the scene to help, but Kelly kept fighting him. We're told that Kelly got back in his vehicle and intentionally drove into heavy traffic. As he drove away, they say that Sergeant Jumper was dragged in front of oncoming vehicles, and shortly after, Sergeant Jumper was hit by an 18-wheeler and pinned between the two vehicles. Kelly is also charged in assaulting the other officers involved and for drugs that were found in the car. Tornell Laureano is charged with drug trafficking and weapons possession. She appeared in court Wednesday and was denied bond. The other suspect now in the case, Ray Kelly, was in court this morning. Our Taggart Hout is in bond court this morning as he joins us live now with the very latest. Tag?
Jeff, Judge James Hudson here. He had ordered contempt of court for Kelly. Initially, it was for 15 days, then bumped it back to 30. That's because Kelly kept interrupting the judge. Really, during most of that 6-minute hearing, we heard Kelly interrupting the judge. Here he is, a shot of him walking in this morning. He was escorted there by 3 deputies with the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. He's ducking away from the cameras there, as you can see. But Kelly, he challenged the jurisdiction, saying that he didn't have to be governed by the United States Constitution. It's hard to make out exactly what he's saying in this clip here, but here is some of that exchange.
Just for clarification, sir. If you're not operating under the U.S. Constitution, then this is illegal treatment. I'm going to give you 30 days contempt.
Yesterday, a judge denied bond for Tornell Laureano when she appeared for her hearing. Both Kelly and Laureano are set to appear next before General Sessions judges. No word exactly when that will be as of yet. For now, in Greenville, Taggart Hout, WYFF News 4.
You're welcome, guys.
Okay, this is 9:30 Bond Court. I'm Judge Hudson, and today is October the 22nd. Mr. Kelly, I'm going to inform you of your rights, sir. You got a drug trafficking charge, as well as possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, 2 counts of resisting with assault on an officer, assault and battery with high and aggravated nature, resisting arrest with a deadly weapon, and murder charges. Those are all high court charges. And then you have some magistrate level charges: speeding, following too closely, driving without a license, and false information to police. Now, although those are magistrate level charges, you're probably going to have those waived up, so all of them will be handled in General Sessions Court. First of all, make sure you show up for court on your court date, and you'll get a court date before you're released from jail. Before you leave, you're going to have to give us a good address. Make sure you inform the court if that address should change between now and your court date. You also have a right to an attorney, and if you can't afford one, one's going to be provided at no cost. Are you going to need a court-appointed attorney, sir? Okay, we'll take that as a yes, and then... I'm sorry, sir? Not yet, no, sir. We're going to give you some information about the importance of being represented by an attorney when you show up for court. Obviously, the state will have someone there representing them who is an attorney. So it will be a disadvantage if you don't have an attorney when you show up for court. We're also going to give you some information about a preliminary hearing. That form needs to be returned within 10 days if you want the hearing, and I would advise you to get that form to your attorney. Just remember the 10-day limit on that if you would, sir. Also, we're going to give you a list of your rights. You'll notice on that list if you're found not guilty or if these charges are dismissed, you can have them removed from your record. And finally, you can request a jury trial if you'd like. But you might want to talk to your attorney first. Do you have any questions that I can answer for you?
Under what jurisdiction is this court operating?
Okay, we have the victims' representatives here today.
I challenge jurisdiction.
Sir, if you could keep interrupting the court, I'm going to hold you in contempt.
I do not agree to any contracts with this court.
I'm going to give you 15 days contempt, sir. I'm going to ask representative from SLED if they have anything to say about the bond.
Your Honor, Special Agent Matt Davis.
Yes, sir.
The state's position would be like for a no bond being set, the crimes are pretty egregious. So Ray Kelly here obviously had no willful disregard for the lives of others, including himself, the occupant of his car, and deputies that day. Also, I'd like to put you note that he's also wanted out of the state of New York, where they have current charges for parole violation, and Suffolk County, New York is also requested that and also his unwillingness to give us his name and any information about himself.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Captain Epps is here representing Deputy Ledbetter and the Sheriff's Office. Did you have anything to add to that, Captain? Okay. Sir, I'm going to put you in on a no bond. You will be appearing in front of a circuit court judge at a later date. I'm sure at that time you will get a bond. I can't give you a time on that. And do you have any questions that I can answer for you?
What jurisdiction is this court operating?
State of South Carolina, sir. And I just want you to understand.
I operate under the United States Constitution. American national.
Just for clarification, sir.
American national. I am not a citizen. I do not recognize that jurisdiction. If you're not operating under the U.S. Constitution, then this is illegal and this is treason.
I'm going to give you 30 days contempt. Officers, thank you very much. We'll get your paperwork to you at the window.